43-0. So in pretty good shape, the Russians. Jordan Way from Australia is your match referee for this Challenge Trophy semi-final. There is that man you're talking about, Vladimir Ostrushko.
You good?
Hasn't played much this series. They're a completely different team with him in it. And a big task here in front of the Kenyans to try and get to a trophy match here at the Hong Kong Sevens later on finals day here at the Hong Kong Stadium. And Kenya through Samuel Oliech goes to the far side. It's into the hands of Denis Ombachi. He thunders towards the Russian line. Really good start for Kenya, this. Hot on attack. Oliech. Here's Amonde. Amonde, he tries to link up with Ondiambo. Frank Wanyama joins in the fun.
Leave. You're going off your feet,
They've got the penalty. They go quickly. Amonde. Andrew Amonde just caught in the tackle, and coming through there was Sozanov.
Number 6. Inside the 10.
This is going to hurt Russia, Rupert, straight away. The man in the bin, because of the pressure that Kenya have been applying on them, they've just buckled. Without even a minute passing, they're down to 6.
So here come Kenya. Hot on attack, and bursting through is Billy Odhiambo. And Kenya, 7-on-6, hit the lead.
Well, Rupert's a smashing line from Odhiambo, but some pretty shoddy defence from Russia here. You can see the number 12 in shot there, Davidov, over chasing and nobody covering on the inside. And as a result, Odhiambo screaming over the line. 7-pointer for Kenya.
Samuel Oliech adds the extras, so very composed start here. Still a minute left on the sin bin, so Kenya will be wanting to make the most of this one-man advantage they have. Russia have the ball, and they're going to try and hold on to it and deny Kenya more try-scoring opportunities. Getting pushed back towards their own try line. You often see this when the team's down to 6 men. Here's Ostrushko. He avoids running out of the field of play, gives it to Filatov. Lazarenko links up with Ostrushko once more, gets the big right hand fend going. Lazarenko sees a bit of space down the right hand side, but getting back was Denis Ombachi. Ostrushko decides to kick this time, and running onto this one is Alexei Kapelin. It's into the hands of Kapelin. That's a great cover tackle from the Kenyan skipper Andrew Amonde, and he's turned it over as well. Textbook from the Kenyan captain, and they are away to the races. Frank Wanyama, that's a good covering tackle from Davidov. He pops the ball up. Champagne from Kenya in front of the south stand. It's Brian Tanga. It all came from the cover tackle and turnover from Andrew Amonde, and Tanga finished it off.
What a hat tip to Kenya. Look at the number 8 there, scouring all over. Amonde leading from the front as all captains do. Great strength. And what about this for vintage sevens? Screeching down the wing, hitting the brakes, looking for offload. It's all about the support line runners, all working for each other. And as a result, Brian Tanga is on the end to profit for the fabulously well-worked try from Kenya.
So, 12 points the sin bin has cost Russia so far. As that conversion drifts wide, they're back to the full complement now. Russia, the damage done. Just under 3 minutes left in this trophy semi-final. Cracking finish with the Scotland win earlier on to get through to the final. The winner of this game will go through to play the Scots.
Going back to Mbachi here on this left-hand side. So dangerous in the air, and he wins it again for them. Outstanding work from him.
More possession for the Kenyans. Here they come. Full of life in this game. Here's Amonde with the offload. Amonde. Odhiambo back inside. Over the line. What strength from Frank Wanyama. His teammates lift him off the ground. That was brutal from the man whose nickname is Animal.
Well, the Animal, Frank Wanyama, teaching this Russian side a lesson in power rugby. Wanyama there says, whichever way you wanna. Wanyama is over the line, goes forward, goes backwards, and scores the try. What a well-taken try. What a finish.
I just had a chat to him, yes.
17-0, Kenya lead Russia. Couldn't have hoped for a better start than this. That conversion drifts wide, but 3 tries to the good. Known for their strength. The power game in force here for the African side. Here's another look at it.
Look at that, he's just hop, skip, jumping backwards, whatever way. I'm going the try line. Kenya set up again, this kick to Mbachi. Going left, short and high, he's so dangerous. Can they win it back again?
Ostrusko climbs highest, but referees not seen a knock on, and so Russia will set a scrum. It's a much needed possession for them. All they've done in this game is tackle so far.
Holding to the ball is in.
Yeah, true. Kenya was so close to winning that back again. Instead of pushing it to the left, they went straight down the middle. Nelson Oyo on there, just couldn't quite bat it backwards, and it went forward off his hand.
So 15 seconds to go in this first half.
Leave.
Down 17-0.
Let him play. No.
Russia gonna have to pick up some points here before the break. They've got a penalty.
I'm not sure on that call there, Rupert. For me, Ostrusko has his hands all over the ball. He's holding it.
Yes.
At that point, Kenya can come in and blast through. They'll take it though.
Ostrusko just asking the referee, making sure under the new regulations they can take the line out if they kick the touch. Time's is off the clock, but they will have to throw to the line out as well.
Yeah, that rule, Rupert, if you kick straight into touch from a penalty, not the end of the game. So chance for them here, Russia, to try and chalk one up on the scoreboard before the end of the first half.
25 metres out. Russia just managed to bring that down under huge pressure there from Frank Wanyama again. And look what he's done. He's one possession back for his side. So can Kenya pick up a 4th try perhaps before half-time here? They're going to have to go a long way to do it, but they're going to have another crack at 17-0 up, time up off the clock. Filatov throws the Kenyan ball carrier back into his own 22-metre area. And they've won a penalty. You can't finish on a penalty either, so another chance for Kenya. But this time they're happy enough to kick the ball into touch. And they'll call it time for this first half. It's been all Kenya, absolutely dominant in the opening 7 minutes, and they lead Russia by 17 points to 0.
Еще раз, ребята, в краю надо быстрее страховать, опять захват.
tough start for Kenya, losing their first 2 games in pool play to Canada 17-14 and then to South Africa 35-10. But since then, they've really been playing some good rugby sevens. They beat France in their final pool game and then got through to this semi-final stage after a good 24-17 win over Japan. And consistency, Ollie, seems to have been their problem, not just at this event, but also over the series as a whole.
Totally agree, and if they want to step up onto this, HSBC World 7 Series and be a title contender like they were last year in Singapore, where they went on to win, that is an element they need to add to their game, that consistency in their performance.
Dimitri Sukin sends it high. It's come down on the Kenyan side once again. Great work at the kickoff there from Andrew Amonde, and they burst clear again here. Have Kenya, and an important tackle from Lazarenko.
Fine.
And they've won the ball back. Well played, Russia. Filatov. Across the Kaplan. Davidov burst through the middle here. Saw an opening. Needed no further invitation. Goes the handoff. That's a good tackle in the end from the cover defence, and Kenya have it now.
I thought Davidov was pretty much going to drag the number 5.
He must roll.
Bush and Wiley all the way over the line with him there. He was just fending so strong. Sees the white line, 1 fend, 2 fend, 3 fend, then decides, well, all right, I'll just grab your shirt and drag you with me. Gets pulled down in the end. Look at the facial expressions there. Desperate to get to the line. But fantastic defence.
Being chased by a lion. Get off me, get off me.
Yep, send him on.
It's probably the aerodynamics with that Wade Dooley-esque band he's got round the top there, hasn't he? Across his ears. Just slowed him down ever so slightly there, Davidov.
Thank you.
Wade Dooley's now a sighting commissioner, if you can believe it. In European rugby. Hello if you're watching. Can you bring it down at the line? No, they don't. It's well picked up from Lazarenko. It's the second time that he's nicked the ball off Kenya. And here goes the chip and chase, Lazarenko. He's been very impressive for Russia, but look at the work rate from Andrew Amonde once again, the captain. Setting the example for his players, not for the first time in this match. He saved a try there. They lead 17-0. They'll play out from their own line. A bit of space now to stretch the legs. And they are away once more. It's Dennis Ombachi. He'll run in another one. And Kenya are on their way to the final of the Challenge Trophy.
Really well done from Kenya here. Ombachi on the end of some absolutely fabulous work in the middle of the park. In their own 22, they win the turnover, shift it back to the right-hand side, and Ombachi strides out to put the nail in the Russian coffin here.
Oliech with the extra 2 sends it out to 24 points to 0. Subs coming on for both teams, plenty of changes. What's it like, Ollie, this part of the tournament, deep into finals day of a 3-day event? What sort of toll does it physically take on the body?
Mentally, physically, you're exhausted, but the moment that you run out into the middle of this stadium and you just hear the noise, you feel the energy, it just lifts you. And you never, ever get bored of this. It's the greatest accolade that a player can have, to play in front of this crowd. And Kenya relishing every moment of it at the moment.
You might have heard a big cheer go up a little earlier on. That was the announcement that the South Stand is full once again. They'll be queuing up for hours to try and get in there. 1 in, 1 out is the policy from here on in. Here's Ostrushko. He runs one out for Russia, sets up a ruck. The Russians would like to finish their tournament on a high with some points. 24-0 down here against Kenya. Russia, of course, fighting for survival on the Sevens World Series. They were 6 points ahead of Japan, who are in the relegation spot as it stands. So every point counts for Russia as well. So they will fight to the end in every game they play on this series, and they'll go quickly with this decision.
No.
Well, Babayev's going to get called back here.
What's back for the mark?
He's unlucky there, Babayev. For me, Jordan Wade just needs to let that play.
Sorry.
Stickler for the rules on the mark, but he's not far. Let's just get this game flowing. Russia, surefire try, just denied to them there.
Gives Kenya a chance to reset their defence. Babayev will have another go at it. Sends it across to Filatov.
Take a release!
He's been best player on ground for Russia, but
Take a release. Knees went to ground.
knee went to ground. They had to let go
Take
there,
a release. Knees went to ground.
did the Kenyans, and they didn't, so
Tom off,
Russia get
please.
the penalty.
So hard as a defender there to know. Split-second decisions, trying to desperately wrestle for the ball, grapple to get it back. Unlucky.
No. Backy. The mark's there, Back. Tom on, please.
90 seconds to go in this trophy semi-final. Here's Ostrushko to Davidov. Ostrushko again. Look at the power of the
Take a
man.
release!
Wall of green coming at them at the moment. Russia just need to be patient and
They
disciplined.
force the poor pass and they pop it up. Can they find a way over the whitewash? No, they can't. It's a knock-on from Russians. And as you said, Ollie, it comes from line speed and aggressive defence from Kenya.
Yeah, ferocious from Kenya. And Bondarev so close just to making that offload. The number 2 busts through. Looks as though he can make the offload. It just spills out his hands forward.
Binds.
Desperate for Russia, but Kenya, can Kenya launch one final attack in the final minute here?
Crowd would love to see it. Ball spews out of the back of that scrum. They're going to have to go the distance if they are to score another try here, Kenya, but Ostrushko is having none of it.
Taken back by
Look,
Green.
he's the last person you want a hospital ball given to you at that point. He's like, thank God I'm still alive. Because there's that huge man, Ostrushko, the Russian tanker, comes steaming into him. It's brilliant defence there, the pass from the number 12 tanker. I'm not sure Oliech is going to be putting him on the Christmas list this year for that one.
Crouch.
So a chance for Russia here. They've got a scrum 5 metres out. Backline spread out to the left. Babayev. Ostrushko. Vladimir Ostrushko. He'd love to get over the line. The big Russian captain. There's the final hooter. Here comes Davidov. He gets the handoff going, but he's wrapped up by Brian Tunga, bursting through. Babayev that time. Across they come. Can they find the try-scoring opportunity on the far side? Yes, they can. Alexei Kapelin goes over, gets a tap on the head from Gostyazev. Well done to Russia. A bright way to finish this match, but it's going to be too little and too late.
Well, Russia get the rewards for their patience. There, Nelson Noyo, the number 9 from Kenya, flies out the line. If you're going to fly, you've got to get man and ball. He doesn't, and as a result, the number 5 gets a consolation Kaplan for his team as Russia bow out.
Yeah, it's been an impressive performance from Kenya. They will go through to the Challenge Trophy final later today to play Scotland. So a chance for Kenya to pick up some silverware. And everyone wants to come